Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic, the movie podcast.
Yay!
So, how was your week, Kelly?
It was pretty good. We started putting Christmas up in my house already.
Same.
I don't know if anyone out there's
Christmas started on Friday. I don't
yeah.
know.
Christmas started the moment Halloween ended. We have our Christmas tree up already. We have two of our Christmas trees are up already.
Oh, look at you, fancy two Christmas trees.
We have like a little 5-foot one in our living room, and then we have our 9-foot baby.
Okay, wow, 9 feet.
Well, we had like a 7.5-foot tree, and then we got too many ornaments, so we were like, "Oh, time to upgrade."
Well, I just bought a new fake tree. I wanted to get a real one this year, but the tree lots were taking too long to set up, so
Yeah,
went to Target and got a fake one.
I'm so sad. I wanted you to get a real one.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh. For
I
those of
still
you who are like, wait until Thanksgiving.
that's
2020 is a lawless land. We can
that's
do
usually
whatever we
me,
want.
but this year does not count.
Yeah, honestly, 2020's been a mess, so we're gonna put up Christmas early.
I still haven't set up my tree yet because my sister is not here and they won't let me set it up without her.
I thought you were the only one that put up stuff anyway.
She likes to set up the tree and she likes to hang the stockings. And so now I have to wait for her to come so that I can
Oh,
do that.
all right, makes sense.
It's fine though. So for me,
Mm-hmm.
what have I been doing this week? I've been Christmas shopping because we're probably going to go on lockdown soon. So I want to get it all done.
Yeah, isn't it like Monday?
Oh, we actually do have a lockdown happening?
Yeah, well, at least where I am.
Um,
Like
I
all the gyms are closing up again.
haven't heard about that. No, I'm thinking we're gonna have a lockdown, like beginning of
Uh,
quarantine lockdown.
no, I've just heard like some businesses are being shut down again.
So I foolishly went to the mall yesterday.
Which honestly, I haven't been to the mall in months.
I will not be going on a weekend again. There were way too many people there.
Really?
Way too many people. I had to wait in line to go into most stores.
Wow. That's
It was a lawless land. I heard like 3 people cough and I was like, "Oh, it's time
Oh
to leave.
no.
It's
Oh
time to
no.
leave." So yeah, won't be doing that. I will be shopping during the week
Yep. Where there's a lot less people.
where there's a lot less people. I have I think I have 2 people's gifts down. Like I'm done with their gifts.
Wow, slay.
I either already have them or I'm waiting for them to be shipped.
Mm,
So I'm ready for Christmas this year.
I know you're killing it.
I'm killing the game. Also, let's have a little discussion about hygiene
Okay.
because on Twitter this week there was something floating around about how people clean their bodies in the shower.
Oh
So,
no.
look, I'm not the clean police. As long as you are hygienic, that's all that matters to me. But there was a tweet that went something like, "Do you clean your entire body when you take showers, or just your underarms and your genitals?" And I was very confused because why would you not clean your entire body every time you're in the shower?
Right. Like, do they think the rest of their body just doesn't get dirty?
They're probably one of those people. It's probably for those people who think that just because soap is running down your body, you're clean, which
No.
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 Also, I learned that some people don't use washcloths. I'm very confused. Why are you not using using a washcloth?
They just use their hands, or
I guess they just use their hands, or they just have like a bar of soap and they just rub the bar of soap over their body, which is very
ew.
disgusting. Please don't
Right?
do
That just
that.
makes the soap dirty.
Oh, America, we have
Mm.
a long way to go. A long way
Have
to go.
higher standards for yourself.
Please, please wash your entire body every time you wash.
Yes.
Please,
Yes.
including your butt.
Please.
Because I've
Yes.
also learned that some people don't clean their butts. Please
Yeah,
clean
which
your
is
butt.
gross.
Um, and please use a washcloth.
Yeah. Use
Please.
one of those like poofy things. Use
Or a
like
loofah.
soap
Yeah, that's
payment.
fine.
Come on now.
Something. You need to get
Not
all the
your hands.
dead you need to get the dead skin off of your body. You need
Yeah.
some friction.
Right. Just
Um
slapping some water and soap on yourself is not gonna work.
Also, do not use the same washcloth you use on your body on your face. Okay,
Yes.
that's pretty self-explanatory, but some
Yes.
people don't have the same common sense that I have. So yeah,
Also, wash your face.
yes, wash your
Some people don't
face.
even wash their face, okay?
Please wash your face.
Don't
You're
use Dawn soap or hand soap either. Get
mm-mm.
yourself some like
Go
CeraVe.
go Yeah, go to the
Like,
CeraVe area, get some
all that stuff
facial
is good.
wash.
It's cheap. Do
hmm
it.
I have a giant tin of CeraVe moisturizer cream.
hmm
I barely made a dent in it, and I bought it like 2 weeks ago. So
It
just buy
lasts
that.
forever.
It lasts forever. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
Just
yeah,
take care of yourself.
moisturize,
Yeah. Lotion,
lotion. Please put some lotion
please.
on. Some of
We do
y'all
not
like you can
like,
start fires.
right. Some of you just like sandpaper out here and it makes my skin hurt.
Yes, please put on some lotion.
And it's
Also,
winter time.
yes,
Like it makes it even worse.
like I know you're uncomfortable. Please put on some lotion.
I know your skin feels tight everywhere. Why do you not feel uncomfortable?
Okay, that's enough about hygiene right now.
This has been your PSA from
This has
your
been
favorite
it's
podcast.
been your weekly PSA. Because
Take care of yourself.
yes. Oh, also don't forget sunscreen. I know like it's
Yes,
like shady and stuff, but like the sun still gets through the clouds.
right. There's
Wear your
still UV rays coming through.
Yeah. Okay, we're done. We're really
Okay,
done
we're
now.
done. We're really done. If you want more
Kelley,
though, just like
email us.
DM us or something.
Yeah, something.
We'll give you some tips.
Kelley, please tell us about the movie before I start talking about hygiene again.
Okay. So this week we're kind of jumping into the holiday spirit and we're doing the holiday.
Yay, because this
Yay.
episode will be coming out the day before Thanksgiving. So like don't come for us. Like
Right.
we tried to wait.
Yeah, we really did. And anyway, like even though it's called the holiday and like Christmas and New Year's are happening, it's not like they really go out for Christmas, you know?
Mhm.
It just happens during the timeline. Anyway,
Yeah. But I still consider it a Christmas movie, unlike
so do
Die
I.
Hard.
So do I.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Please don't play in my face. Die Hard is not, I've watched it. It's not a Christmas movie. It
What if
just
we get a
happens to
request
take,
for Die Hard?
then we will watch it after Christmas. It's not a Christmas movie.
It's the episode directly into January, the first one in January.
Yes, it just
Die Hard
happens to take place
during
during a Christmas
Christmas.
party. It's not a Christmas movie. Okay, go.
Okay. So this movie starts with a voice over from Iris talking about love and how most things written about it is true, and that love can fade or is lost or like found temporarily. And then the cruelest kind is unrequited love, which she is in.
Oh, buddy.
We'll have this rant later.
Yes, I've seen this movie maybe once before. I didn't remember it. I didn't remember some characters, and I will tell you the characters I did not remember.
And she tells us that she has been in love with her coworker named Jasper for the last 3 years of her life, and how it has absolutely ruined her.
I mean, he's a menace to society, so of course it ruined you.
He really is, though. So Iris is at work and they're having a Christmas party, and she meets up with one of her coworkers.
Who
And
is
they did,
smoking indoors?
yeah, smoking indoors. I don't know if it's different in England where you can
This was
still
the
smoke
two
indoors.
no, this was the 2000s. Nobody was still smoking
Yeah,
indoors.
this was
And she was
'06, y'all.
and she was smoking in her face. That wasn't
Yeah.
a fight.
And she wasn't like even like politely like blowing the smoke out like to the
No,
side of her.
she
She
was
just straight up
smoking in her
right
face.
into Iris's face. So they talk about Jasper and their relationship and how they've been having sex until and been in some kind of like relationship. I don't know the real definition
Who knows?
until Jasper cheated on her with a girl in circulation. Um, and even though he cheated, they still hang out together.
Because he's evil.
Yeah,
He's an evil genius.
yeah.
He
Because he's
has
such a
her
charmer.
he has her convinced that he's a nice guy. He's evil.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Menace to society, like I just said.
Straight up asshole, bro. Um, Iris starts to cry, and her friend asks if Jasper ever said that he loved her. And she said that Jasper said it must have been an answer to a question,
I didn't
which
understand that.
I didn't understand that either. And I think he just said that to get out of the fact that he's never said I love you to her.
Yeah.
He's like, what? And then Iris's friend goes on to say the greatest thing. You don't go back to the guy that cheated on you. You don't go near him ever again. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, girl, yes. You don't answer emails or phone calls from him or go on
No.
secret lunches when he's in a relationship with someone else. Come on. We'll have the rest of that later. Iris is then reminded of an assignment that she has to finish. So she goes back to her office and Jasper shows up and they talk about work for a second. And then he tells her that he has a gift for her. And she immediately is like, oh my gosh, I have a gift for you too. And brings out a gift. And he's like, oh,
That
I don't
motherfucker
actually
didn't actually
have the
have a gift.
gift. Yeah.
Pissed me off. I was livid. I was like,
Oh,
you
I
brought up
know.
the gift.
Right.
You brought it up.
You brought up the gift. You just couldn't have said nothing.
This man is evil.
He's honestly the worst. And Iris gives him the gift, and it's a first edition book that she found in some little hole in the wall that must have cost her a fortune. Anyway, they are called away when their boss says they have an announcement, and her boss singles Iris out and tells her that he has a scoop for her. And it is that Jasper
I'm
is
upset.
engaged and getting married to the girl.
My hand is shaking. Look
from
look at my hand. It's
circulation.
shaking. I'm upset. When I tell you I would have caused a scene, I would have caused
Honestly.
the biggest scene.
Right. And obviously she is devastated because she had no idea. And then she goes home and cries, which, girl, yes.
She deserved that cry.
She deserved that.
That was embarrassing. I was embarrassed for her.
I know. And then Jasper had the audacity to look at her and look like, what's wrong with her? Is she
Right?
okay?
What's wrong with you? What do you mean? How did you not know I was engaged?
Right.
Didn't I tell you?
Right. I'm just getting engaged to the girl I cheated on you with.
Nothing special.
Nothing special. It's just another Friday night. So then we hop over to LA, where Amanda and her boyfriend Ethan are arguing over whether he has slept with his receptionist.
This was another person I didn't remember.
Well, he wasn't in there that long anyway.
I think my mind just blocked out all the assholes. So I was just...
Yeah. You're right. And he says that he hasn't, and she clearly doesn't believe him.
Because he was lying.
He was obviously lying.
Obviously lying.
His
like he
lies
wasn't
are
even
so bad too.
He wasn't even good at it. He kept like trying to redirect everything. She was like, no.
Yeah. He kept trying to direct the blame on her because she works too much and they have sex. And
he tried to blame her on his cheating.
Right. And like what he said about her having to work late, he's just like, oh, she just wanted to hang out.
Right. I was like, at 3 a.m.
At 3 a.m.
Sir, come on.
Right.
You could have thought of a better lie than that.
Right. Even if I liked the guy that I worked with, I would not be staying at work at 3 a.m. Excuse me.
I leave as soon as I'm done with my work. I don't.
Right. You don't need me? I'm not working overtime? No.
Yes.
Nope. So Ethan is kicked out and he keeps talking bad about Amanda and brings up the fact that she hasn't cried, which I don't know why he had to bring that up. That was not relevant.
It was not relevant at all. He was just trying to look for a way to make himself feel
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, he really was. And then Amanda just straight up asks him if he slept with
He
his
should
receptionist.
have listened to the gardener.
He really should have listened
The
to the gardener.
gardener was shaking his head like, "Do not
Like,
answer that
no,
question."
don't do it. But Ethan says yes, that he has, and that they're in love, and that she's young, and blah 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 blah. And then Amanda comes down and just socks him in the face.
A 1-2
goes,
jab.
Yep. She went up for the 1-2, left him outside, went back in. When Amanda goes back in, she's freaking out a little bit, and then she's like greeted by one of her coworkers. I don't know who this is. And
I don't
says that
know.
she
I know her real name. I don't know her.
Yeah, right. They never say a name in the movie. And she says that they have a new cut for the trailer that they're putting up for Christmas, and she needs to see it. So
This was another thing that I didn't remember.
So they go in and watch the fake trailer with Lindsay Lohan and James Franco.
Which I have a little thing. So how did they afford Lindsay Lohan?
I actually have a movie fact on that.
And secondly, was James Franco a big star in 2006? Because I feel like he wasn't.
I don't think so.
I feel like he didn't become a big star until he did that movie where his arm got like trapped between a rock.
Yeah, I don't think he mostly played like supporting roles, right? In any movie that he was actually in.
Sure. I don't know. I'm not the biggest. Your mic cut out.
Oh, I know. I was trying to clear my throat without having to like do it really gross in the mic.
I'm not the biggest James Franco fan, so for personal and acting reasons.
So after they look at the trailer, Amanda goes on to say that she needs to take a vacation and that she needs to relax. And so after that, she goes online and she looks for vacation spots, and then she starts to cry, or tries to cry, and gives herself like a whole minute.
That was hilarious.
Like, hyperventilating and
then she just gave up. She's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, she did the whole hand waving and the noises, and then she's like, I'm done. I tried, but let's get back to it. So she finds a website for vacation rentals.
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah.
And she finds Iris's cottage in Surrey.
Yeah, because she looked for places where they speak English. And she
and
only chose England, as if there aren't other countries where they speak English.
Right. Well, yeah, you never know.
And why a Californian would choose to go somewhere cold, I will never understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even us Northern Californians don't like cold.
Yeah. Like, honestly, it dips below 60 and we're all freaking out.
Yeah, if I go to Tahoe, I can probably go for like 3 days, and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's go back.
Thank you, we're done. So back in England, Iris is still crying, and while she's making tea, she turns on her stove, and instead of making tea, she just breathes in the gas.
I literally put, oh my gosh, she's trying to kill herself.
She literally attempts to suffocate herself with gas until she gets a message ping on her laptop, and she like snaps out of it. And it's a message from Amanda wanting to rent her cottage for Christmas. And so they message back and forth for a little bit, introducing themselves and figuring out the whole house exchange. And Amanda decides to go to her cottage only when Iris says that there are no men in her town.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately is like, is tomorrow too soon?
Yes, this is the point where I had a question.
Same.
How close to Christmas are they? Because Iris just had her office Christmas party, like seemingly a day ago.
Yeah, well, it was that day, right? Because she's still crying.
Oh my gosh, it was that day then.
Same day.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the closer you buy a ticket to Christmas, the more expensive it is.
I was literally saying that in my notes.
How rich is Iris?
Right, she's living in a little cottage out in the middle of nowhere. Like,
she lives in the middle of nowhere. She doesn't have central heating in England, which is very weird. She bought that man that first edition book that had to be expensive.
Oh yeah.
Um, she had to pay for a plane ticket.
Mhm.
She needed spending money, and I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
the American dollar is worth more than an English dollar. So she was like losing like twice the amount of money.
Right.
How rich is she?
I I I don't know because she's a journalist.
Yeah.
Do journalists in England get paid a lot? Is that a
And also, while I'm at questions,
Mhm.
um, in what way is a home exchange a good idea?
I don't know.
Because I feel like one person would get a bad exchange.
Yeah,
Each with each exchange, one person would be getting the bad exchange.
unless you're doing like you're finding a house that's like equal to yours.
In which case, you should just stay home.
Yeah, or just go to the area and go to a hotel. Like, is she saving money by doing a rental, like a
D-
home exchange?
Does the home exchange cost money? I'm very confused.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Because the way they put it, it was like, no, it's no money. We just have to switch houses.
Yeah, it was literally just like, hey, I'm just gonna swap houses with you. You don't have to pay me anything. I'm
Yeah.
just
I
don't
just
wreck my shit.
yeah, I just get to drive your car, get to live in your
Right.
house, get to eat your food,
Oh right.
get to use your maid and your
Oh yeah,
chef.
Iris got the better deal.
Yes.
She
I
really
get
did.
and then there's something else I'm going to talk about, but we'll talk about it when we get there.
Okay. So next we see Iris on a plane to America when she gets an email. Is that
Yeah,
an
it was the
email?
email.
Okay. From Jasper saying he heard that she's going on vacation and how he could reach her if he needed to.
Menace to society.
Right. And Iris replies and says to give her time to fall out of love with him, and then she just sends the message.
He's braver than I am because I would have ghosted him.
Same, same. Or it would have been a lot meaner in that email. So at the same time, Amanda is also on a plane trying to relax when her brain, there's some kind of voiceover.
Oh yeah, I wrote about this. So at random points during the movie, she gets like a movie trailer voiceover
Yeah,
of
of her
her life,
situation. Yeah.
which just screams mental illness along with other things.
You mean you don't get like random trailers in your head about your life?
No, because I have a good amount of serotonin in my brain sometimes.
Sometimes. That depression do be hitting though.
Especially during this time of year when it
Let's
gets
go,
dark at
seasonal
like when it
depression.
gets dark at like 3 o'clock.
Dude, there's no more afternoon.
We were
It's
both
just
watching.
morning and night.
Yeah, we were both watching this movie at the same time, and I randomly texted Kelly. I was like, I thought it was 9 o'clock. It's only 6.
Yeah. Like it wasn't even 7 yet. It was like 6:30 something. And I'm just like, God, what the hell? Where am I?
After the movie, I went and did dishes to like pass some time. I was like, I don't want to go to
Honestly,
sleep at like 8 o'clock.
honestly, like Friday, I was I felt tired and I was like, oh, maybe I'll go to bed. And I like look at the clock and it's like 7 something. I'm like, frick. So I go and play Mario Odyssey. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'm feeling a little bit tired, but maybe I can hold on for a little more. I look at my clock, it's 9. I'm like, what the? I cannot catch a break.
2020 is really testing us.
It really is, though. So back to Amanda and her little mental illness trailer thing. It shows that like Amanda has everything in life, but does she? She's missing something, but it doesn't say what that something is.
A good psychiatrist.
A good psychiatrist, yes. A good and some good therapy sessions as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we see Iris in a cab in LA on her way to Amanda's house, while Amanda is in a hired car in England going to Iris's cottage. And Amanda is woken up by her driver saying that he can't take her the rest of the way to the house.
Which
Something
he
with
could have.
he could have
That man
saying
left her in the middle of the woods.
Honestly. He said something about not being able to like turn the car around or something. But he kicks her out of the car in the snow with all of her luggage and in heels, and she has to walk what, like a mile or something?
I don't know. All I know is she asked for directions, and this woman was like, "It's
Yeah,
way back
just
there."
keep going.
I would have caused the scene.
So I literally would have just sat down and waited for the next car and been like, bro, please, please. So Iris shows up at Amanda's mansion and proceeds to freak out about how big and nice everything is, which, girl, same.
I hope Amanda had security cameras.
While Amanda is dealing with the quaintness of Iris's cottage and finds she has nothing to do the moment she's done packing. So she heads to the nearest town where she buys a lot of food and wine. And girl,
Same.
go off. Do
Me at the
it.
beginning of quarantine.
Yo, so back at the house, Amanda is trying to find things to do and fails. And so she just makes up her mind that she's just gonna go back home.
Wait, you forgot the part where she starts blasting Mr.
Oh
Brightside.
yeah. So when she's trying to find things to do, she like tries to read and stuff, but eventually just blasts Mr. Brightside, which I love that song by the way.
It's a mood.
Such a good song. So back in LA, Iris is living her best life. And then she gets a call from the front gate, and it's Miles there to pick up some of Ethan's stuff.
Yeah, I was
And
very confused when he did that because I was like, wait, is he an assistant? Because at the beginning of the movie, they made it seem like he was a composer. But then we learned
yeah,
that he is a composer.
yeah, he is a composer.
He's just doing like a friendly thing and
Yeah,
picking
like a
up.
favor. So Iris and Miles meet and they share a little moment when the wind blows something into her eyelash.
Uh-huh.
And then she
Because
is
of the
introduced.
Santa Ana wind.
They really do cling on to the Santa Ana wind stuff.
But I don't think those happen during December.
Yeah, I mean, either.
I've been to LA for Christmas a couple of times. I don't remember the Santa Ana winds being there.
They came for the movie.
They came for the movie. They were like, oh my God, it's our big break.
They have to know we're here. So Iris meets Miles' girlfriend, and Iris says that she'll check with Amanda to see if it's okay for Miles to take her ex's stuff, and then they leave. Iris heads back inside and goes to bed early. And back to Amanda, she's freaked out in the middle of the night by someone banging on the front door. And it's Graham, who is Iris's big brother. And he's absolutely drunk. And so Amanda lets him in, and they talk, and Amanda's like, oh, I'm leaving tomorrow. You can stay the night, whatever, because I don't feel like being here. And then Amanda's like, do you want a drink?
To the drunk man.
To a man that's almost blackout. So they drink some brandy together and they talk. They find out that they're both single, and like things get like tense between them, chemistry. And so they share a moment, they kiss, and then they have sex. Next morning.
Quick thing though.
Yes.
So he shows up thinking that Iris is there because Iris told no one that she left the country.
Oh, yeah.
Do not ever do that.
Yeah, do not.
Don't ever leave the country. What if you get kidnapped?
Yeah, no one will know.
And then they're looking for you in the wrong country.
Just tell someone you're leaving.
One or two people.
Like, you don't need to tell them. If you don't want to tell them where you're going, just at least tell them you're going on vacation.
No, you should at least tell them the country you're going to be in.
True. Because, I mean, America's big. Don't know where they're going.
Yeah. Be like, hey, I'm going to California. Like,
just hop over.
If I don't email you in 3 days, call the police.
If I don't tell you the moment I land, assume I'm dead somewhere.
Yeah.
So Amanda and Graham have an awkward moment the next morning, and they try to convince each other that this was some one-night stand.
Oh my gosh, I just forgot something else.
What?
Is there a reason why Graham was kissing her eyelids? He literally kissed her eyelids. I wrote it down in my notes.
I don't know.
He must have been very drunk.
But yeah, I was about to say maybe he's just really drunk.
Because he started at her forehead. I was like, okay. And then he started like kissing her eyelids. I was like, what's happening?
Maybe he's just working his way down.
It's a weird trail down.
um, so Graham like invites her to dinner if her plans change
After being an asshole.
after being an
He
asshole.
was like, sometimes I forget to call people after a
Yeah,
date. And I'm like, you're such an
he
asshole.
like guilt trips her into going on this date with him by making it seem like he's this guy that forgets to do like the gentleman
Yeah.
things and
He's
whatever.
just he's so unattached by
Yeah,
feelings and
yeah,
whatever.
of course. But remember, ladies, if he wanted to, he would. All right.
Exactly.
If he wanted to text you back after a date, he would. Everyone who does it, they knowingly don't. Okay. So back in LA, Iris is waking up and feeling great until she gets a
Living
call
the
from,
time of her life.
yes, until she gets a call from Jasper.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. Jasper is like herpes.
which she actually takes the phone call.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you could have just let that go.
Herpes man Jasper just keeps popping up at the worst time.
And Jasper asks her help in a book that he's writing. And he basically guilt trips her into saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Why he even called her after he read that email, I will never understand.
Toxic man, bro. Can't let it go.
He is beyond toxic.
And she stays in bed and just feels awful for herself. And then we see Graham entering a pub that he invited Amanda to, and he doesn't see her and he gets sad and goes to see his friends until he spots her from across the room. We then see Iris driving around when she sees an older man with his walker looking confused. And so she pulls over and offers him a ride home.
Mm-hmm.
So she drives him home and they instantly connect. And she finds out that his name is Arthur.
Mm-hmm. How
And
did he
that,
get so far away from his house?
I don't know.
Because when we see him walking before, he's walking with like a nurse or
Yeah, a
something.
nurse.
Why was he
Where is the
walking
nurse
by
now?
himself? I have various questions about Arthur and his life. Why was he not in a care facility?
I don't know.
He couldn't open his front door. There's no way he could take care of himself.
Yeah, and he couldn't even remember where his house was.
No.
Mm-mm.
Someone in his life is slipping.
Yeah, either get him like a live-in nurse or
Yes. Take care of your friends
right,
or
right,
loved
or
ones who are
right,
elderly.
right. And if you put them in a care home, make sure you go visit them. Okay,
Yeah. Go visit them, please.
please go visit them because it's nothing is sadder than going into a care home and seeing all these people alone. Love your loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
So she finds out that Arthur was an Oscar-winning film writer, and feeling bad that he's all alone, invites him to dinner that night. So at dinner, Iris finds out about Arthur's life, and Arthur finds out that Iris has run away to LA to get over Jasper.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells her that she's acting like the best friend instead of the leading
Yeah,
lady.
she needs to be the leading lady because he lived in the great time of Hollywood.
Yes, he did.
When there was white supremacy, homophobia, and sexism. The good
Yes.
old days.
Yes.
So he knows what he's talking
He knows
about.
what he's talking about. Iris then says that she's been going to therapy for 3 years and they haven't said anything as profound as that. Girl, get a new therapist.
Yeah, you need a new therapist.
Get a new therapist.
Your therapist isn't helping you. Why are you paying them?
Right. If you don't click with your therapist, find a new one. They're out there.
There's literally thousands of them.
So then we see Amanda stumbling down the stairs after drinking a lot the night before and finding Graham in the kitchen and finding out that they didn't have sex because she was passed out cold.
Yeah, I've had like 2 or 3 occasions where I drank a lot. I've never went unconscious. And I've never been able to not remember what I did the day before. So how much did she drink?
I don't know. Well, Graham does say that he's never seen anyone drink that much before, so maybe she really did just
I've had a
So
night where
weird.
I've had like 7 drinks. So she had more than
She had
7?
more than 7 drinks.
Wow. How? Like I physically couldn't drink anymore after that.
I don't know. Also, his little comment about like when she asked if they had sex, and he's all like, "Call me old fashioned, but I don't have sex with girls that are unconscious." Why is that old fashioned? That's just freaking decency,
It's decent behavior.
right? Come on now. And so Graham's phone rings, and Amanda sees that it's a call from Olivia. And why she has the need to look at the phone screen, I don't know.
Why does he have his Oh, I won't ruin it. Actually, I'm gonna ruin it.
Okay.
Why does he have his daughter's first name in there?
I don't know.
And does she have her own cell
Yeah,
phone?
dude. Yeah, because he gets a call from both daughters.
Because she's like 8.
Yeah, and the younger one is what, like 5 or 6?
Yeah. Maybe England is different
Yeah, maybe they're just different there. Everyone gets a cell phone when they're born.
when they're
Um,
born.
so
You pop out the
pop out the womb
you pop out the womb. The doctor's like, "Here's your
immediately.
baby. Here's his
Here's the
iPhone."
phone.
uh,
um, so Amanda immediately thinks that she's being played because two other women, she doesn't know that they're his daughters yet, have called him. And then Graham comes in and convinces Amanda to go to lunch with him so that they can get to know each other. So their lunch is kind of awkward at the beginning until Amanda tells Graham about how her parents split up when she was 15 and that she hasn't cried since then.
he didn't ask any of this information.
He really did
He
it though.
She literally asked about his life, and he was like, "Oh, my mom was this, my dad was this, and then I'm this." He was
Yeah.
like, "What about you?" And she was like, "Well, my parents."
She went total like sob story, like immediately.
Right, I was like, I think he just wanted to know like their
What you do for your
jobs.
life,
Yeah,
yeah. Like where you live, like what do you like to do?
he didn't need to know the story about how you can't cry.
Right, right. Like if he wasn't willing to talk about his daughters on the first date, then maybe you shouldn't talk about your trauma either.
Yeah,
Unless that's the mood that both of you have like accepted.
which
Like,
obviously you both have not.
yeah, no, yeah, both of you are on separate pages right now. So after that, the date goes very well, and Graham drives Amanda home and is butthurt when Amanda won't let him walk to the door with her.
Mm-hmm.
And
She
Amanda's like, we can't let things get any more complicated than that. We'll just, you know, I'll go do my thing and you go do yours. And then she leaves. Um, Miles then shows up at Iris's door, giving her a FedEx package that's from Jasper, and finds that she's throwing a Hanukkah party with Arthur and his friends.
It's not a
And
Hanukkah party.
it's not.
It's a dinner with a menorah
Oh.
in the center of the table. It is not a Hanukkah party. And for some reason, all the candles on the menorah were lit.
Oh
I
yeah.
know very little about Hanukkah, but I know that you don't light all the
You don't light all of
candles
them. Yeah,
on the
you
first
start.
day.
Yeah. Well, we don't even know what day it is.
Yeah, we literally don't know the days.
Yeah. So it literally could
It
be the
could be the
12th
last
day.
day of it could be the last day of Hanukkah. Who
Yeah,
knows?
we don't know that. But
I'm very
also,
sorry, Iris, for mocking your Hanukkah
yeah,
party.
we're sorry. Your Hanukkah party was amazing. So Miles decides to stay for the party and they have a great night. And after Arthur and his friends leave, Miles and Iris talk about Arthur and how she has a movie list from him. And Miles says that she should invite him if she's going to watch any of them so they can spend some time together. And then there's like this weird moment where Miles kisses Iris's cheek twice before leaving.
It's very awkward.
Yeah,
Which,
it
by
was.
the way, I didn't even mention this before. Why is Jack Black in a romantic comedy movie?
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
really
this
don't.
wasn't really a comedy movie, but it tried to give him like comedy stuff, and it was just very awkward. I was
Yeah.
like, are you going to be the funny guy, or are you going to be the romantic lead? Because you can't be
Right.
both.
Right. Like, are you gonna be the best friend, comic relief, or are you gonna be the interest, romantic interest?
Yeah,
Like
because
every party.
it's not working with them trying to do both.
So it's the same night Amanda and Graham had their date. I don't know.
I
And
think so.
Amanda is in the tub thinking about how dumb she was for turning Graham down. She has another like trailer thing going on in her head.
Mental schizophrenic episode, or whatever you want to call it.
And to make up for it, she decides to pay him a visit, a
How does she know where
surprise
he
visit.
lived?
I don't know. Maybe they talked about it after she brought up her parents.
That's the second most how did you find out where they are moment in the entire movie. But keep going.
Ah. So Amanda shows up at his house, and when Graham answers the door, he's super surprised. And
He was like, "How do you know where I live?"
yeah. Olivia called 911. And Amanda finds out that he has two daughters, and she makes the connection that those were the girls that were calling him on his cell phone. Um, and that he has been a widower of 2 years. So she decides to stay, and they have hot chocolate, and she sees the girls' little tent in their room.
She's
And then
introduced to the legendary, spectacular, visionary, dare I say, iconic Mr. Napkin Head.
yeah,
I actually laughed at that. I feel so lame for laughing at that.
Napkin Head is pretty sweet though. Like, come on.
I thought it was going to be so stupid, and then he did it, and I started laughing, and I felt so dumb and childish.
You're like, oh god, what did I do? Why did I laugh at that?
I'm blaming 2020 insanity.
And the fact that we thought it was 10 at night and said it was actually 6. So while all of them are in the tent, there's like a cute moment where Olivia says that the three of them are the three musketeers, and Amanda gets soft because that's what her and her parents were. Then after that, Amanda and Graham talk about why he never mentioned the kids, and he has a really great reason not to.
I just met you.
Yeah, he just met you, and also he doesn't want to invite somebody into their lives when they're going to leave soon.
Oh, and with those little girls, I couldn't understand what they were saying half of the time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I've seen it so many times, I know what they're saying.
Like they would be talking, like it was like so their voices were so high pitched that like I could barely understand what they were saying. They were like, "Hi, Amanda," and I was like, "What?"
They're just warbling, and you're like, sure, keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah, that's adorable.
That's amazing.
Yay!
Wow. Tell me more. Um, so then they keep talking about how complicated things are getting. Um, and then we go to Iris, and she shows up at Arthur's house one morning and finds an invitation to a celebration of Arthur's career, but he doesn't want to go because he believes no one's going to show up, and he wants to be able to walk up the stage himself.
I mean,
So Iris,
in his defense, no one should have showed up because it was literally days before Christmas.
oh yeah, yeah,
I would have been like, no one's coming. I would have been the same. I would have been like, no one's gonna come. Like Christmas is tomorrow. Like no one's coming.
wait, wasn't it after Christmas?
It was not after Christmas
I thought it was.
because didn't Iris and what's her name weren't they supposed to leave on Christmas and go back to their houses?
I don't know,
I mean, who knows with this
because
timeline?
they mention Christmas Eve when Iris, like, when Miles finds out about his girlfriend. Wasn't
Yeah,
that
but that
before?
happens after this.
No, that was before.
No, this is after this.
It is after this, but not before the. Uh,
Wasn't it the same night though?
no, that wasn't the same night. This.
Oh no,
I,
I'm thinking of the other moment with Iris and no, it had to have been before Christmas. Because for New Year's Eve, they go, at the end of the movie, they're in England.
Yeah.
So it had to have been before Christmas because Christmas is like 5 days before New Year's Eve.
I don't know. This is why we need context on what day it is.
I need every day for there to be a little text at the bottom and be like
Right.
December 23rd.
And I need a timestamp too, so I know what time it is.
What time of day? Because Iris just seems to like go to sleep and wake up at like various times during the day.
Anyway, Iris convinces him to go and makes it her mission to get him strong enough to walk without assistance.
In
Iris
seemingly days.
Yeah. So there's like a little montage of them like working out together. And then Iris gets a phone call from her brother and they talk about Arthur. And then she gets a call from Amanda. And so she basically becomes the go-between between Graham and Amanda. And that's when Iris figures out that Graham and Amanda have been sleeping together. And when she goes to confront Graham, she mixes up the phone calls.
Yeah, because she's a mess. She does not know how to use technology.
She is a mess.
Because at the beginning of the movie, she didn't know how to open the gate.
But if we're going off the theory that every newborn in England has a phone. Oh, wait, but that would have been before.
Before pre-Iris.
Iris was born before she was pre cell phone at birth.
PI. Pre-iPhone.
Pre-iPhone. So she mixes up the phone calls and Amanda's embarrassed because she finds out that Iris knows that they've been sleeping together. And then she just hangs up on both of them because she doesn't want to deal with it. And then she gets a call from Miles and they agree to meet at a video store.
Blockbuster.
I
miss Blockbuster.
So do I. You know there's one in Oregon?
Oh, I got to drive all the way to Oregon to go to a Blockbuster?
Yeah, like there's a full-blown Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon.
That sounds nice. Good for them.
Good for them. And they actually have merch, you know that? Like they're like selling merch so like the people who are nostalgic about it can buy it and then they can make more money.
I miss Blockbuster.
So do I.
That used to be a thing to do like Saturday nights to go to Blockbuster.
Yeah. I would go like Friday afternoons with my mom so that we can get movies and like games for the weekend. So at the video store, they're there to get the next movie on her list, and they have this like cute thing between them while they're looking at movies.
It was annoying to me, but okay.
Also, like off topic, do you remember watching The Mission in middle school?
No, what is that?
It was one of the movies that Miles held up and was like, Iris, you need to watch the movie. And it was The Mission.
Never seen that movie.
You have, I swear.
It
was in middle school. We did it like, I think it was like one of those like, put it on in the background while we did something else. But
who was the teacher?
Spencer.
Oh, okay. Then I guess I just really was not paying attention.
Okay.
Which
anyway.
is not off-brand for me at all.
And everything is fine between Miles and Iris until he sees his girlfriend with some guy walking outside of the store.
Mm-hmm.
And so
in the
Miles,
giant city of LA, he just happened to be there to catch his girlfriend cheating on him.
So Miles and Iris go back to her house and they talk about their relationships and the cheating assholes that they were with and how terrible they feel.
Miles is an idiot.
Oh, see here. And then they spend Christmas Eve together to make sure they both feel okay. So it's Christmas Eve when they go to the video store.
Time is not working here, but okay. Miles. Let me go back to Miles. Miles is an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he send his girlfriend a Christmas gift so they could get there by Christmas? They don't film movies during Christmas.
Yeah, they go on break.
He's an idiot.
Even if it is like a little indie film.
Yeah.
Everything stops for Christmas.
They're not going to film during Christmas. Miles, use the 2 brain cells that you use to constantly...
That's generous.
The 2 brain cells you have that are constantly picking at the piano. And just think.
Use that power, that brain power to power something else.
Think, wow, why are they filming a movie on Christmas Eve?
Right. Critical thinking, Miles.
It goes very far.
So next we get a montage of Iris and Miles getting Arthur ready for a celebration. And also a montage of Amanda and Graham being apart until Graham shows up to see Amanda. And then we go back to Iris, and she's at Miles' house when he shows her the number that he wrote for Arthur's celebration. And then he wrote her a song too. Cute. And then we go back to Amanda and Graham, and they're in bed, and they're trying to think of ways to make their long distance relationship work, but they can't come up with anything good.
Because it won't work.
Because it won't work.
Sorry.
And then Graham says that he loves her, and she doesn't say it back because it's been like 3 days.
Yeah, there's no way you're in love with her.
Like, y'all have spent 3 actual days together and then have been apart for however many other days that she's been in England. And so they have sex, and then we go back to Iris, and her and Miles are having lunch, and he gets a phone call from his ex.
Oh my gosh, this was so funny.
Saying to meet and to see if they can fix things.
It was so funny, Kelley. Oh my gosh, I laughed so hard because he answers the phone and is like, hey, like whispering. Yeah. Okay, when can you come over? I can be there in about 30 minutes. I was like, why are you whispering?
Right, you're in a full restaurant.
On a flip phone. You know she can't hear you.
She cannot hear jack shit. You have to go outside or like scream into your phone. Those are the only 2 options for you. So after the phone call, Miles says that he promises to make it back in time for Arthur's celebration. So Iris goes back home and is about to start looking at the pages from Jasper when she gets a phone call from him and says that there's a package for her and it's her Christmas present.
Oh my gosh, can I please tell them what the package is?
Go ahead.
So she goes looking around the house looking for this package, and then she goes to the front door. She opens the door, and there is Jasper. This man is a terrorist. A true menace to society. He must be stopped.
Is this your essay on how bad Jasper is?
Yes. How did he even find her? Her own family didn't know where she was.
Right. She told 0 people that she went on vacation.
This man is a terrorist.
He has like some kind of LoJack on her. He knows exactly where she is. Like she could have been out. But he shows up at the door.
I'm very dumb because now that I think about it, I know how he knows where she is. he literally sent her a package. Oh.
Weren't we just making fun of Miles for not thinking a few minutes ago?
No, that doesn't change Miles' stupidity, and it doesn't change the fact that Jasper is a terrorist.
No, but seriously though, how did he get in the front door?
There was a gate.
There's a gate. How did he get through?
Terrorist.
So when Iris sees that it's Jasper, she invites him in. First mistake. Well, first of many with Jasper.
The first mistake was ever talking to him again after he cheated on you. But
right.
I'll let that slide.
So they have some wine together, and he says he came to see her because he needed to. And Iris is exasperated because she's been there for 3 years and only now does he want her. Then we go back to Miles and we see him and his ex trying to convince him to take her back. After what she's done.
Could they have hired a better actress? Because she was not great.
She was not convincing. No good. We then see Amanda lying awake after with Graham, and she's contemplating things. We then go back to Jasper, who has slithered his way back into Iris's good graces, and he promises getaways for the 2 of them. And Iris is like going with it until Jasper admits that he's not leaving his fiance for her.
Where does she think he is?
I don't know.
That after he admitted that, even though I kind of knew the entire time, I, I was like, where does she think you are?
I have no idea.
What lie did you tell her about where you were going?
Right.
And why did she believe you?
Right. Like, how long was he also like planning to stay in California? Like, what if Iris really did take him back? Then how long was he going to stay?
What if Iris was already gone when he got there?
Right.
There's so many unanswered questions.
Also, this man is planning an affair before he even gets married.
That's hilarious.
Ah!
The
I'm glad
world,
this man is fictional.
society, no, there's probably a man
There's
just like
probably
him.
a
At
lot
least
of
a
men that are
couple.
like this.
At least
Yes.
a couple. Society has moved past the point of needing men. We
Yes.
no more.
We don't.
I I,
We don't
I
need it.
completely understand.
He's like, at this point, take me out too.
Take me out too.
I'm done.
We've had a good run.
So when Iris realizes that he's not leaving his fiance, she finally gets the courage up to tell Jasper off.
Finally.
Finally. And after yelling at him about how she has a life to live and how she's so over him, she shoves him out the door and feels so much more free, and then decides to get ready for Arthur's celebration and goes to pick him up. So
Which was she gonna miss it?
I don't know, because like I don't know how much time they spent together.
Did she just completely forget until she kicked him out, and then she
Yeah.
was finally like, "Oh yeah."
Right. Like I don't even know what time this thing is at, but it's probably not that late.
Yeah, it can't have been that late.
It can't have been that late.
I mean, they were honoring a 90-year-old man.
Yeah. He's probably in bed by 5, so
Yeah. But it was pitch black outside when she got to his house.
I don't know. So
I mean, it gets pitch black here at like 3:30, so
true. So Arthur Iris goes to Arthur's house and picks him up, and they go to the theater, and they walk in to see that it's packed full of people waiting to see him. So him and Iris walk to the stage, and then when he gets to the stairs, he's feeling kind of not up for it until his theme that Miles wrote for him starts playing, and then he walks up the stairs.
yeah, he Willy Wonka and the Charlie Factory himself up the
He
stairs.
really did, though. And Miles has shown up just in time, and he says that he and Maggie are over. Arthur gives his speech, and during that, Iris and Miles kiss, and they plan on having a date in England on New Year's Eve. So at that time, Amanda's getting ready to leave the cottage and assures Graham that they will keep in touch. And then she leaves the cottage and she gets in the car. And then a couple minutes out, she starts to cry from the sadness of leaving Graham. And then she has that little voiceover in her head. And then she gets excited because she cried. And she leaves the car, runs back to the cottage and heals in the snow.
How she didn't eat shit, I will never understand.
Me neither. And when she gets to the cottage, she finds Graham crying. And she's all like, you know what? It's dumb if I leave before New Year's Eve, so I'll just stay. She put this man through so much.
And they were smiling ear to ear. But in my mind, I was sitting there like, how does staying an extra week solve your problems? It doesn't solve the problem. It just
doesn't.
delays
she still
the problem.
goes back to LA.
If anything, you're making it worse.
Yeah, because now you're prolonging it. Just rip the Band-Aid off. So then we see New Year's Eve come, and Graham and his girls, Amanda, Iris, and Miles, are all together, and they celebrate, and that's the end of the movie.
The incomplete end of the movie.
Yeah.
They don't want to tell you what happens after New Year's because it's sad.
It's sad.
Everyone goes home and cries.
Right. Oh, because Miles also has to go back to LA.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's their first date, New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Yikes. It's gotta be a lot for those two relationships. So, iconic, nah.
I'll give it a yes.
Yeah.
It was cute and it had a semi-original Christmas like story.
Yeah, it wasn't Hallmarky. No one turned out to be Santa.
It needs a better ending though. But
It does need a better ending.
that's just me
No,
being a
yeah,
little nitpicky.
it is a good movie. I really love this movie. I always watch it. Like if I feel Christmassy but I don't want to watch like a fall and Christmas movie, I watch this because I'm
I
like,
mean,
oh,
you sure can. It's on Lifetime like every other week.
is it?
Unless it's Christmas time and then it's not on.
And yeah, and then it's non-existent.
Because literally I was like, oh, that movie's always on Lifetime. Let me just go look like on Lifetime on demand. I went through like 50 Christmas movies and it wasn't on there. And I was like,
I know, and
oh,
it was on
okay.
Hulu when I watched it like what last month, and then when I went on Hulu to check again, it's all like
Nope.
recording on this day. I'm like, what the? It's
I
literally
was
close to Christmas,
I was like, okay, take my money, Amazon.
right? So I guess. So I have a lot of movie facts for you actually.
Oh yay.
So I do have the answer to your Lindsay Lohan question.
Thank you.
So Nancy Meyers is the one that directed this movie, and she knew
Oh,
Lindsay
Nancy?
Lohan. Yeah, she knew
Good.
Lindsay Lohan because she directed The Parent Trap, and
Oh,
she
that's
convinced Lohan to film a fake movie trailer by saying that she owed her.
oh her what?
It doesn't say what.
The Parent Trap
So
isn't even Lindsay Lohan's most iconic movie.
I don't know. And then James Franco signed on because Lindsay Lohan signed up for it. I don't know if they're friends or
James
whatever.
Franco, who are you?
I
Okay.
don't know. This one is also going to get you. So, Rufus Sewell, the guy who played Jasper,
Yeah.
him and Kate Winslet actually dated in the mid 90s.
Poor Kate Winslet.
Like, I hope Rufus isn't like his character that he played, but just the
I mean,
fact
the
they
fact that she was
dated.
willing to do this movie with him shows that maybe he's an okay person.
Yeah, he's pretty okay. Um, Napkin Head is actually really iconic, and people still ask Jude Law to do it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was the best fact. No matter what you say from here on out, that was the best fact.
Yeah, dude.
If I ever
People
meet you
still ask
Law,
him in like interviews and stuff to do Mr. Napkin Head.
if I ever meet you Law, I will ask him to do Mr. Napkinhead.
Yeah. He says that he's really shocked whenever people ask him because he didn't think it would be that big.
Oh no. Mr. Napkinhead
We
is
stand Mr. Napkin Head.
he's an icon.
The interior set for Amanda's house was built on a soundstage and cost approximately $1 million to create. And that's not even including the roof, plumbing, exterior walls, heating, and electricity.
They could have just rented out a house.
Well, the house does actually exist,
Yeah, yeah,
but
you said the exterior,
yeah,
right?
the exterior exists, but
Yeah,
the
so
interior was different. So they built an actual
why did they
stage.
just use that same house?
I have no idea, but they spent a boatload of money
You
on it.
already paid for it.
I have no idea.
I need to be in Hollywood. I will save each movie so much money.
You give me the budget, I will make it stretch, y'all. We are not spending over this budget.
I might cut it in half.
You never know. This movie got a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It deserves a little bit more than
Yeah,
that.
it deserves more than that.
I'd give it a 70.
Yeah, so would I. Maybe close to 80. This is the 12th highest grossing film of the 2000s that was female directed.
The 12 highest?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not top 10, but it's close. Also, this last movie fact, I don't believe for a second. Cameron Diaz said that this was her most active role because she had to run in the snow with heels on.
That wasn't real snow. And she wasn't
It
she in
was real
Charlie's
snow. It
wasn't she
was
in
real snow, actually.
wasn't she in Charlie's Angels?
That's what I said. I literally Charlie's Angels. The first one came out in 2000, and then the second one came out in 03, which is 3 years before this one came out.
In
Like,
the second one, she was doing so much wire work. She has to be
yeah,
lying. Come on.
like I understand that running in heels is pretty easy, but doing it in real snow, like that's hard. But that's not your most active role. You like ran twice in the snow for this movie.
In the second Charlie's Angels movie, she's literally flipping in the air with Demi Moore for like 30 minutes.
True. Yeah, I don't. That's a lie.
Yeah, that's
Maybe she
definitely a
just like
lie.
blocked out all the stuff that she did on
Yeah, she
Charlie's
probably
Angels.
just forgot about it.
Yeah, because I do not believe that. So, any recommendations this week?
Yes, I have two.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so my first one is the Bath and Body Works Weather candle. It's
Also,
my
Bath and Body Works. If you're listening, we would love a sponsor.
oh my gosh, please. I will simp for Bath and Body Works.
Bro,
Okay.
we absolutely simp for Bath and Body Works.
Mm.
Them candles
I literally
and the
have
hand sanitizers.
I literally have 4 candles. How I'm going to use all of them this Christmas season, who knows?
He'll find a way.
I'll find a way.
He'll find a way.
And then I'll go again for the semi-annual sale, and I'll buy some for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
At the last semi-annual sale, I literally bought enough hand soap to last the year.
Yeah.
So hit us up.
Hit us up. Also, we talked about you in another episode, so you know we're real.
We are for real, for real.
For real. We're ride or die.
We'll do it on the cheap.
We will. We do love your stuff.
I'll do it for a free candle. I mean,
or anything else free you want to throw at me.
Mm-hmm. I also have the Weather hand soap. It smells heavenly.
Yes.
Okay, but that's enough about Bath and Body Works. My second one is season 4 of The Crown came out today.
Oh my gosh, did it?
Sunday, October 15th. I just watched the first episode. It was good.
Ooh, okay.
I'm probably going to finish the rest of the season today. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
So last night, my dog, one of my million dogs.
Yes.
His name is Dash. He killed a mouse.
Oh my gosh.
And he tried to bring it inside the house.
Oh no, what the Dash, why?
Because I sent him outside to use the bathroom, and I was like, wow, he never came to the door to like indicate he wants to come in. I was like, what's happening? And so I literally go out there and I see him like doing like this, like gnawing at the ground. And I thought he was like making a hole in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked closely and I saw a mouse that was like this big.
Oh my gosh. What the heck?
And I was like, oh my gosh, please put it down. And I was like, come on, Dash. And he tried to pick it up and take it to the door. I was like,
no.
Absolutely not.
What the heck?
And so I had to go get one of his squeaky balls to like distract him so that he would put the mouse down and come inside the house. And then after that, I was like, ew, don't touch me. Go to your bed.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Yeah. You just maul the mouse. Do not get anywhere near me.
And so I told my mom, and she picked it up this morning because I wasn't going to do that.
That's amazing. Oh my god.
Okay, what are your recommendations?
So my recommendations, I have two. The first one is a Korean drama on Netflix. It's called Startup. New episodes come out on Saturday. I just watched the newest one yesterday, and oh my gosh, so good. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. It's amazing. Shoot, what was my second one? It was something I watched recently. This is not good. See, this is what happens when the memory goes away. I don't remember the second one. No, this is so sad. I was so excited for the second one too.
We're so professional.
We're very professional here. Nothing but top quality content.
Don't forget about us, Bath and Body Works. Don't listen to this part, Bath and Body Works.
Yeah. No.
Go back like 2 minutes where we were like singing your praises.
Yes. Just because my memory is bad does not mean I forget to be a simp for you. It's a movie. It's Rise of the Guardians. Go watch it. I forgot how good the movie was and I watched it with my mom a couple days ago.
Never seen it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Is that the one that has like Jack Frost and like the weird? Yep, never watched it.
Yep. Jack Frost.
You know what?
Sandman.
I always mix up that movie, and there's another movie where like Beyonce plays like a queen fairy or something like that, and I always mix them up, and I can't even remember the name of the other movie.
Oh, what?
Yeah, there's like an animated movie where Beyonce voices like this like green thingy.
This green thingy.
I don't know. I've never watched it.
Okay, maybe we can find it.
Please hold.
But please hold. We're gonna.
Oh, it's called Epic. What did she play? Queen Tara, whatever that is.
Yeah, from Epic.
Yeah.
I've never seen Epic. I think I saw the trailer for it a long time. Wait, yeah, this is the one with Josh Hutcherson. Pitbull is in this movie.
What happened to Josh Hutcherson?
Yeah, I think he does TV stuff now.
What TV stuff?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
Amanda Seyfried is on this.
Oh, he's been doing movies?
Who?
Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah.
I like how we're doing this when we're like literally at the end of the recording.
I know. Like we couldn't wait till the end to do this. Yeah, Josh Hutcherson is a Hunger Games, bro.
What?
Josh Hutcherson is from the Hunger Games.
I know he's from the Hunger Games. I haven't seen him in anything since then.
Okay.
I'm keeping this entire section
in. This is how we really are, y'all.
Okay, so thank you if you made it this far.
Yes, thank you for making it through our chaos.
Don't forget
Bath and Body Works, you better still be listening. We love you.
Mm-hmm. Email us at sytyipodcast@gmail.com. Also, for our listeners, you can email us there too.
Yes, you can.
We like funny stories. Send us a funny story.
Yeah.
So, and also don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter and an Instagram. They're both at SYTYI Podcast. Share us with your family and your friends.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Also, don't forget to subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Yeah. Give us a little rate too.
A rate and a review.
Yeah.
That would be very nice. What would Jesus do?
That would be your Christmas gift to us.
Mm-hmm.
A good review.
Yes. I love Christmas gifts.
Yes,
I spend way too much money on them every year. So please do one thing for me.
Just one. It's a season of giving, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Also, as we mentioned before, cases are going up of COVID.
Yes.
Someone we went to school with literally just posted on Facebook about how she has COVID. And
wait, I haven't been on Facebook in a while. What?
And I see everything. So I saw when she was going to Vegas. I saw when she was having parties at her house. So
is it who I think it is?
Starts with a P.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
So yeah, now she's boo-hooing on Instagram because she can't taste her food. So wear your mask.
Yes, wear your mask. Wash the mask.
Wash the mask. Yes.
Practice safe social distancing.
I got this very cute Mickey Mouse Christmas mask at the Disney store yesterday. It's very adorable. They make cute ones now, so go buy.
If you need incentive to actually wear your mask, go get a cute Mickey one, okay?
Yeah.
It's Christmas themed.
I have more coming tomorrow.
Yes.
So
here we go.
Yes. Also, Wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds.
Yes. Yes. Also keep hand sanitizer in your car when you come out from like stores and stuff. Wash
Mm-hmm.
your hands when you get home too.
That's exactly what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the mall yesterday. It was crowded. I literally walked to my car, immediately pulled out hand sanitizer,
Yep.
wiped my hands, wiped my door handle.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I got home, I washed my
Wash your
hands.
hands.
Yeah, because
Yep.
it's only 99.9%
Yeah. You need to
effective.
get that 1 or 2.01 or 2% off.
Mm-hmm. So you just lather up like so. You can't see me. This is not a visual
Right,
medium.
but you can hear the hands.
You can hear the hands.
Listen to an Ariana Grande song while you wash your hands, bop out,
Mm-hmm.
wash your hands to the song,
Use some warm water
warm water, good
and
soap.
then stay home. Because I feel like I'm going crazy because it feels like every time I go on Instagram or Snapchat, I see somebody in a club or in Vegas or in Mexico, and I'm just sitting here like, am I stupid?
Right.
I know I'm not stupid.
Like I haven't seen the light of day in 4 days.
The only time I ever went out was to go to work. So,
Right. Like I go outside and sit in my backyard with my dog. That's the most outside interaction.
and since I have not been working, I've been in my house because I
Yep.
care about myself and I care about others.
Others. Yep.
When did we get so selfish? Do you know that my cousin, this is supposed to be the end of the show. That's so funny.
This is like the bonus content.
Yeah, bonus content. Did you know that my cousin literally had a baby shower yesterday?
No way.
She is pregnant
She's
and
pregnant.
she was taking pictures with people from multiple households with no mask on.
Bro, I wouldn't see anybody if I was pregnant.
Exactly.
Anybody.
Because
I don't care.
you have firing neurons in your brain. Like your brain is working.
I have more than two brain cells. They might be working overtime, but they're
So we need this vaccine ASAP Rocky because people are going insane. Yeah, so that was my rant for this episode. If you were still listening, thank you.
you're really a real one right now.
If you're not listening, I completely understand.
Yeah. Yeah. If you've stopped listening, that's fine. Or if you've just tuned us out at this point, that's also fine.
They probably all turned it off when we started talking about babies with iPhones. It's fine.
Oh yeah. Well, we're being generous. This is episode 15. Let's see if they've stayed this long.
Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you. We love you all so much.
Bye.
Bye. Stay iconic.
Stay iconic. Yes. Oops.
We don't even know how to end our episodes. All right, bye.
Bye.